This is going to be a different kind of faculty meeting. But I don't know what to say. But why don't you come in and grab a seat? We have a few things to say. We wanted to gather everybody here to thank you for all you've done for the school. And we're glad you're not completely retiring, just semi-retiring at the moment. But, so, a few of us have some stories we'd like to share, some things we'd like to talk about. And, you know, we started the LPN program here at the Paramus campus in December of 2007. Our first nursing director was a woman named Claire. I don't know if many of you remember Claire. Claire was a little bit high-strung and couldn't roll well with the punches. And you can well imagine how many punches in a brand new nursing program might be coming down the line. And so I would spend most afternoons trying to peel Claire off the top of my ceiling and get her like cooled out and talked down. And she didn't stay with it all that long, but she did. Hi, Dorothy. And so she's left a lasting legacy here. And I found out later that as many hours as I spent trying to get Claire to, like, you know, relax and roll with it, we'd be okay. Dorothy spent just as many hours with her doing that. And when she decided, you know, it's not right for me, and we had a very amicable, but this isn't just the right spot, a new startup program, Dorothy came walking into my office, and I knew that she'd been relatively close to Claire, and she had a white envelope in her hand, and she came walking into my office and handed it to me, and I thought, oh God, Dorothy's resigning too. I can't teach nursing, what the hell am I gonna do? She's sitting there and told me to open it, and I opened it, and it didn't say I'm resigning, it said, I got this, I got you covered. I can run this for you. And well, she did. For the last 11 years, run it. We went from initial startup of blowing from 0 to 300 students in about 5 minutes, to all of a sudden a conditional accreditation because there were too many coming through that we didn't know what to do with. And Dorothy got some structure there, and she put a faculty in place, many of whom are still here. That faculty has been an amazing team, that nursing team. And we moved from NCLEX pass rates in the 70s to NCLEX pass rates in the 90s. In fact, year to date right now, we're over 94% first time passers on their boards. Last quarter was 100. That's a pretty nice way to say, okay, all right, let me step back and take a rest. But on a personal note, Dorothy, you've been a wonderful person to work with. Roll with the punches you have. There have been a lot of highs and a lot of lows over the past 11 years, and we've seen things we just keep saying, you can't make this stuff up. And most of it you can't. One time we had to dismiss an entire class for cheating. An entire class all at once. Can you imagine that? But many other times we've watched people go across the stage and graduate when we never thought when they first walked in the door that they'd make it. And that's by far more what we see. Dorothy, you've been here to shake hands on that stage with 1,332 graduates in the last 11 years. That's a lot of good put out into the community, and that is a lot of lives touched. So I want to thank you for all you've done, and we want to recognize you today for that. There were some other folks who wanted to say a few words today, and it is open floor for anybody who has anything that they would like to contribute.
Personal story, and I'm going to spare you guys the details, but when I first came here, I had to do a teach-up, and it wasn't very friendly. I basically felt like I was over a pond of chomping alligators, like, are you good enough to be in this department, okay? So anyway, very, very scary, and it was a long time, and Dorothy said, come with me. And I said, okay, and I don't know if you remember this, but we walked down this labyrinth of a building, got to your office, and she said, grab my hands, there's a place for you here. And I will never forget that. That was so meaningful to me, and you've been the best boss, and I said I wasn't gonna cry. I wasn't gonna cry. I was gonna be strong. And I walked out.
But he wanted to be sure that I told you thank you. And he's got about 6 more files for you to look at. All right, I'm gonna open up some lunch. Thanks very much.
And I guess I want to say a couple words to everybody here. I made a decision to step down, and I have to say that it was the hardest decision I've made in my 58 years of nursing. I had some really good times and some really awful times, and then some times in between. But I always knew that somebody had my back here, whether it was my own staff, whether it was Allison's staff or Ron's staff. We always seemed to get it together and make this place work. And I made the decision without feeling that I didn't want to come to work anymore. But I made the decision because I think it's time for me to try to do something else, or try to do nothing else. I look for things to do and so forth, and I'm enjoying it's different, my 3 days on the evening shift. I get more visitors, different students than anything on a daily basis, and it feels good to know that they're using me, and so forth. Last night wasn't too good because two of our first quarters withdrew, so we lost another 2, unfortunately. But I want to thank all of you for being there and helping me do what you're doing today. I don't know when the part-time will come to an end. I sort of in my brain thinking about it, but we'll see what happens. And if I'm not in the way, I'd like to continue to support the evening quarter, the evening staff, and so forth. I think that will be another plus for running for the program. And so I thank all of you, and it's been my honor and my pleasure to work with you. Thank you.
Didn't have the right credential to become the director of nursing, and for that's unfortunate. But I do want to share that 4 years ago she welcomed me up here. We've had a good working relationship since, and I wish you the best. Truly.
Thank you.